Well, it's finally arrived. The finale of Invincible Season 2. And the roller coaster itself has absolutely jumped the tracks. And we're going to get into all of that. Before we do, though, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps us grow the algorithm, lets everyone know that you would like to be part of the Know-It-All Nation. So without further ado, let's get into it. And there's only one thing that Mark can do this episode. That's try to really, really stand up and be... I don't know where to begin. What's up, my know-it-alls? This is the Mr. Know-It-All Review Show, and of course, we're reviewing the finale of this episode, of this season, rather, Season 2 of Invincible, which is literally titled, I Thought You Were Stronger. And so, anyone who's read the comic books knows that this is when some pretty heavy things happen. They do briskly go through some of them. So one of the highlights is we continue right where we left off, which is Mark shows up and Angstrom Levy has his mom and his brother hostage. He hasn't hurt them yet. As Mark tries to get to him, he begins sending Mark into other dimensions of the multiverse using his Rick and Morty green portal energy. And so as he's doing this, we get to see all these little glimpses of different worlds. One of them where dinosaurs talk, one with zombies, and one world that they get to specifically has their version of Spider-Man. Now, they can't say Spider-Man. He has an A on his chest, which I assume is for like Arachnid Man or something. He's got webbing on his outfit. He calls it webbing. And he's fighting a guy who's clearly Doc Ock, but he's not. He's called Professor Ock. So I love all of that, playing with it, because we've all been waiting for that moment when we were going to get Invincible and Spider-Man. And unfortunately, you don't actually get Spider-Man, but you get Spider-Man adjacent, especially because he's like, oh yeah, I saw a portal, so I know you're from another dimension. I've had more experience with alternate universes and dimensions than I can tell you about. And I'm like, okay, so we're doing some little Spider-Verse jangles, and it's totally fine. Mark finally manages to, Angstrom was fighting him because apparently Angstrom's getting physically fixed. And what ends up happening is him and Angstrom will end up on an abandoned world, and Mark goes all out. Mark beats him to death, and Angstrom is dead. And so, what do you do with that? The entire episode continues to be about that. You get a brief glimpse at, we visit where Nolan is, and he's been fully healed, and he fights his way out, killing both of his guards. And that's when the general shows up and is like, well, I see you've healed, and that's, you passed inspection. And so they are going to terminate him, and he has to be ready to stand on his own 2 feet when that happens. As they're going through, he happens to pass our good buddy Alan the Alien.
My plan worked. What? Remember me? Why are you here?
Face front, you Nobin.
Who literally starts talking and was like, hey, I'm here to save you, blah, blah, this and that. And so then we come, and so you start to see a through line. The one thing I really loved about this season is they have always taken the opportunity to make sure that all the titles are double entendres. The titles are more than just the line that's being said or something specific, but the through line is very much there. It's, Angstrom, I thought you were stronger. That's why I didn't mean to kill you. I thought I could handle being a superhero. I thought I was stronger. Nolan, I thought I could handle these emotions in this life and this family. I thought I was stronger. Every aspect of this is about that concept of being stronger. So now that Mark is back, he realizes he can't go on the way he's been. When he got lost to that other dimension, he was saved by the Guardians who found him. It took 20 some odd years to find him. They have a time machine and they have a dimensional portal, and they're able to get him to his own time and own dimension, but not before an older Eve says to him, I love you. I never told them my Mark about this. I need to know, can you be that? Are you capable of that? And if not, who cares? Tell her something so she doesn't wait. Tell her yes, tell her no, tell her whatever you want, but tell her something. So now Mark has all these things to worry about. Him and his mom talk a little bit about what he's going to do. He's quitting college because what's the point? Especially because they play certain scenes while he's doing all this soul searching. And one of them is a scene where Nolan explains to him that he's going to outlive everyone, if not even the whole planet. And at that point, he literally has to start thinking to himself, what does something stupid like college matter? Like, seriously, when you're nigh immortal and everything's going to become dust, why do you care about things like, oh, I want to be an accountant and this and that. Like, he's like, what am I going to do? Am I going to be a dentist? Am I going to be this and that? No, I'm this. And he realizes he needs to become better at controlling himself. He needs to become his fullest version of himself, not to be some stronger, but to become more under control, because clearly he lost control, and that's why he killed Angstrom Levy. At least that's his mentality. I don't know that I agree with it, but at the same time, it's there. You begin to see more and more of all these little pieces coming together, these nuances, if you will. There's a brief interlude with some folks who have to do with like ancient Egypt and whatnot. I don't know that I saw the relevance in it, but it's there. So yeah. So there you go. Now you know. And if really half the battle, you have to be know-it-all yourself. Was it all index for this episode for me? So we're going to give 2 know-it-all indices. We're going to give the first is for the episode, and the second is going to be for the season. So the very first one for the episode itself. I felt like it did a really good job of, it did a good job of sticking the landing. It did a good job of setting up, establishing some things, and then moving us toward what would be hopefully the future, season 3 and whatnot. So as a result, I'm going to give this episode a solid 9 out of 10. Okay, so now that I've given the episode know-it-all index, let's look at the season as a whole. Overall, I thought the season did a really good job of taking the original material and making it new. By that, I mean, we saw enough changes and enough differences. There's enough storytelling that's unique. Even though I've read the comic, because after last season I had to read it, I firmly believe that there is so much here that they're doing a lot of justice to. And I can't wait to see sort of how future things get understood and now future installments, meaning how they start translating some of this stuff, especially when you get into the thrag of it all and some other things going on. So I look forward to seeing their interpretation come season 3, and we'll kind of go from there. So as a result, I'm giving the entire season itself a 100%, without a doubt, I believe solid 8.5 out of 10. All right, guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my ratings? Did you enjoy the series itself as a whole? Are you enjoying it so far? I know I am. I can't wait till next season, though. So, brand new movie, Dev Patel's Monkey Man. We're going to have a review for that. Both a spoiler. I'm debating doing a non-spoiler, but I'm thinking I'm just going to end up doing a spoiler as usual because that's who we are. So, stick around to the channel. Don't go anywhere because all the Know-It-All Nation has to do is tune in here, and I'm going to let you know a little bit, something about what means what. All right, guys, I'll talk to you very soon. I can't wait. Never forget, everyone loves a know-it-all.